Hello! One of my favorite parts about long filming days is that I usually do them like midday or in the afternoon, and I make myself an iced coffee. I'll link the one that I'm drinking right now that I love. So today we're going to talk Empties. As you can see by the title, I have a sun jelly that's like, it's a big sun jelly and it's halfway full of stuff. I'm sorry, there's not going to be an order when it comes to this. I'm going to just pull stuff out because the thought of organizing all of this is too much. So we're just going to go with it. I'm going to tell you what I thought of the product. Can you tell I was just playing around with So the video I filmed right before this was testing out 4 palettes that Pixi Beauty just sent me, so I'll have that video linked down below because most likely it'll go up before this one. But I was messing around with some of the lip products and created my own custom one, so that's why my finger is stained. Alright, so this is going to be, it should be hair care, skincare, and makeup. A whole mixture of things. We're going to pull them out. I'm going to tell you what I think about them, if I plan on repurchasing, if it's something that I live for my kit. I will also tell you that because I think that's really important to know. Let's just get started. I'm literally not even gonna look. I'm just gonna pull stuff out. Okay, so this is the Kristen The One Signature Conditioner. I wonder if I do. I have a shampoo in here too. That just shows how long I've had these Empties gathering because we've already gone through 2 of the big pump size of these. So I tested out the small ones and then I bought the pumps because Mikey prefers pumps in the shower. He's tall, so it's just easier for him to access. And we both really like this. This is just like an easy everyday for all hair types, weightlessly moisturizing, smoothing, and softening. Easy to get, it's sulfate free, easy to find at Target. So I feel like the price point is pretty good. I want to say it's like around $20 for the big pump bottle, which lasts us a while. So yeah, I really like these and I've been repurchasing. So I guess that answers that. Let's see how many of these I have in here. You know, just a casual 3 of the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. These are all from my kit. I go through them pretty quickly because I obviously do a lot of weddings and I'm in bridal season right now, so that's probably why there's so many right now in my Empties. But this is my favorite drugstore priced setting spray. I find that it's hard for me to find a setting spray that I like the spray nozzle situation and also the product. And I think this is a great combination of both. I used to be a religious Urban Decay all-nighter. Actually, I have one in here too. Can you tell how much setting spray I go through? I have to make sure that my clients are set and good, you know? So I used to only buy this one for years. That's all I bought because I was terrified to try anything else. But the pump spray just got annoying. And when I saw that Morphe had this continuous setting mist, I was like, it's like 16 bucks maybe less than that. I was like, I mean, how bad can it be, right? Actually, you know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna see if I'm even saving any money. Let's see the difference. Okay, so I'm still saving a lot of money. I wanna say this one is like 30 something. I'd have to look it up. I'll have links to all of this down below. I would obviously buy this one again, but you get 4 fluid ounces. This, because it's like an aerosol continuous spray, obviously there's gonna be less in it, but, so there's 2.8. So, I mean, not really that much less, 1.2 ounces, but still, totally worth it for the price. I love these. They smell really good. And I just love that I don't, when I spray it, so if this is something that bothers you or bothers your clients, I love that it's just one continuous spray. And I don't have to like keep scaring my clients when I spray them. So that was the longest explanation, but there's that. Should we just keep going with setting sprays? Yes, guys, I have this many in here. I really like setting sprays. I'm sorry. I have 2 more to show you. Now, I use them for different reasons. So I have 3 little baby sized of the Fix Plus. So this is MAC Fix Plus. It's a very well-known product. I hate it as a setting spray. I hate the nozzle to like actually spray on somebody. Don't like the packaging, but I love the product. It's my favorite setting spray to spritz a beauty blender with when I'm working on clients, or to spray my brush when I want more impact for an eyeshadow. So if I spray my eyeshadow brush, then dip it in the product. I love how this mixes with eyeshadows. So you're like, why don't you just buy the big one? You keep buying minis. Every time I buy, this is one that I just pulled from my actual kit that happens to be next to me. I finally was like, why don't I buy the big one? And then I remembered that the reason I don't is because it always leaks. I don't know what it is about these big bottles, but they leak and they're expensive. This one probably leaked, like, this one's not that old and I'm already over halfway done with it. I'm so confused by it, but it definitely leaked and spilled a little bit because I think it's something to do with this turning mechanism. It turns too easily, and so then it gets sprayed out. It's easy to accidentally spray it. So I just keep buying the minis, which I will now continue to do because I like it, but since it's not like my main setting spray, I don't need to have a bottle that big on hand always. I'll continue to buy it because I do love it, but I hate the packaging. My last setting spray is the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mist. Probably seen this one a lot in my recent videos because this is the one that I was using personally. I love it, not necessarily for like staying power, but just for like, I mean, you can use the setting spray for a ton of different reasons, but I like this one specifically for making my skin look really nice and hydrated and dewy after my makeup. So, I mean, yeah, it probably helps prolong, but it's called a nourishing mist. So it's not claiming to be a setting spray, but I use it in that sense, and I really do think it does give you a nice little glow. So I will most likely pick up another one. This one was sent to me by Pixi. I mean, I used the whole thing up. I really liked how this one looks. Oh my God, guys. A fourth Studio Fix box. How many setting sprays is too many? I'm a makeup artist. It makes sense, okay? Let's also talk about, I mean, is it necessary to buy the MAC Eye and Lip Makeup Remover? I don't know. I like this for, I mean, so maybe it is. For you, probably not, but if you're a makeup artist, I buy this one specifically, and I mean, I have it again in my kit, so obviously I repurchased it. Because after I do the eyes, I like to put a tiny little bit of this on a cotton pad and then gently swipe under the eyes to just make sure that there's no eyeshadow or glitter or anything under there. And I like that it's kind of hydrating and nourishing to under the eyes, but it's not oily, but it gets everything off, and I don't know, it's just a good makeup remover. And I don't know if I've ever used it to like actually take off my makeup. So I don't think I can recommend it necessarily in that regard, but for my kit, I keep buying it because I just like what it does. You'll find that I'm like that with the things that are in my kit. I will often use for a very specific purpose, and I don't even use them myself at home, but like for this one purpose on my jobs, it's what I need. Next, we have some skincare. So this is the Sephora Glycolic Acid. Okay, here we go. This side was in French. I don't know French. Okay, Glycolic Acid Glow Peel Pads, Radiance and Smooth. 60 peel pads. I want to say this was a really good price, but it was just like a tub with, you know, the disposable one-time use pads in there. And if you're looking to get introduced to glycolic acid and you want a budget-friendly option, I think this is great. I just don't think it's that high of a percentage because I don't think the efficiency is as high as it usually is when I try glycolic acid. I don't know. I'm just also really used to I love glycolic acid, so I'm really picky when it comes to my glycolic acid products. So if you're new, I would say, or maybe younger and wanting to be introduced to glycolic acid, I think this is a good way to start. But will I repurchase it? Probably not, just because I want a little bit stronger of an effect. Next up, we have the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This is one I've gone through many of, and it's just a really good, like if you need a moisturizer, if you have sensitive skin, this is fantastic because I believe it has colloidal oatmeal in it, which is really, really good if you have like eczema, or you can use it on the body too, on your elbows, wherever. But this one, specifically is designed for your face. But I really love it. It has a really minimal scent. I continue to buy this because it's kind of like one of those staples that, like, if my skin is irritated, if I'm, you know, have been in the sun and I need more hydration than normal, I find that it's just really good and nourishing when my skin is kind of freaking out. In the winter, I use it more so than when I use it. I don't use it as much in the summer. So yeah, and it doesn't have a strong scent. So if you're sensitive to that, it's a good one. Another First Aid Beauty product. I don't know how this ended up in my collection. I definitely didn't buy this because I am not a fan of facial polishes, but somehow it ended up in my skincare shelf. So I used it up in the shower and it was nice in the shower. Let me just explain. Okay, so it's the Facial Radiance Polish, safe for sensitive skin, help exfoliate, brighten, and purify. So it's like kind of a cleanser, kind of not. I like to use it. I kept it in the shower because I liked to use it after like a run. It was nice when I didn't have any makeup on. I would put the tiniest little bit. It's not super exfoliating, so it's the only reason why I was okay using the whole thing up. I'm normally not a facial polish scrub person. I prefer chemical exfoliating way more. So this isn't ever something I would buy necessarily, so I won't repurchase this, but somehow because it ended up in my collection, I used it up and it was okay. I wouldn't say that it did a whole lot, but I just like a good deep clean after I've had a long run and I'm sweaty and it's humid out and I'm gross. So that's kind of what I use this for, if that makes sense. Another one of the kit. This is a staple product, and now that I'm looking at it, I feel like there's product in here that I need to try to get out. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. This is my go-to. This and Professional are the two primers that I use religiously in my kit. This one is fantastic for people that need hydration, they need nourishment, they need a little smoothing. Phenomenal. And I like that it's in a pump because then I can kind of like control how much I'm using. Okay, next is the IT Cosmetics Brush Bath Purifying Brush Cleanser. Not worth the money, guys. I know a lot of people talk about it, but like it left too much of a residue in my brushes, which I don't like. Like if you're gonna claim to be an instant quick drying skin loving, well, not skin loving, but an instant and quick drying makeup brush cleaner, that makes me think that I can like use you quickly in between clients when I'm washing brushes or changing colors, and I felt like my brushes dried longer than I wanted them to, if that makes sense. So it's not my favorite, and if it's not my favorite, I'm not gonna buy it when it's expensive. So I will not be repurchasing that. This is a old school MAC Face and Body foundation. I just really like this foundation and I used it up. I don't know what else to say. It came from my kit. I have a bunch of these that I keep in there. I don't do a lot of traditional makeup applications anymore. I primarily only do airbrush, but I still have a few that I keep, and this is one that I especially like, and sometimes I sneak in there. I use it myself because it's just a really nice buildable light foundation. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend it. Okay, here's a makeup. This is, honestly, I could probably, no, it's used up. This is the Milani Luminoso. This is the old packaging. They actually just changed it and it's black and gold now, but Milani Luminoso, one of my favorite blushes that I use on so many clients because it is stunning. It's the right amount of shimmer. It's a cult favorite for a reason. And if you haven't tried it, you should. Okay, let's talk about an overhyped product. Ready? The Alamus Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Like, I understand why people like it. Smells like you're at a spa. It reminds me of my Aveda days. Smells delicious. Definitely gives you like that calming, if you like your skincare to be very aromatic and quieting and like meditative, I can totally see why you would like using this. My thing is it's so dang expensive that I don't think I could ever justify actually buying it. I mean, I bought the little mini one. Even when it's on sale, like I just don't think this is a product that I would ever pay for. It would be make a phenomenal gift for somebody. If you know somebody who wears makeup, so this is like a cleansing balm that you would put on dry and massage it in, and then you get it wet and emulsifies all of your makeup and helps to take it off. So like if you know somebody who wears makeup that enjoys some good skincare, this would be a fantastic present. But we're a really good stocking stuffer. Ooh, if my sister's watching this, you should put this in my stocking next year. But I just don't think I would ever pay for it because it's stupid expensive. And I don't think it's worth the money for how much it retails for. Another favorite, I go through one of these every like 3 months it seems. This is the Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot from MAC. It's like a slight yellowish tint, just a neutral, creamy, good base that goes on every single client regardless of skin tone. Before we do your eyeshadow, covers and conceals veining, discoloration in the lid, cancels out, neutralizes it, and is like the perfect long wearing base for eyeshadow. So this is what I actually use instead of eye primer on all of my clients. I go through a lot of those. Speaking of which, I have a second one. Told you. A couple months ago, which I haven't used them all up, so I need to go through and use these. I made an order for Paula's Choice because I wanted to try a body product, and I saw that they offer a lot of their skincare in small travel sizes, which I was like, this is genius. If I want to try out some products, I love that it's not just like their #1 product that is in a to-go size. I like that most of them, I mean, from what I saw, almost all of them you could get in a mini, which is perfect because that's how I want to try your products. And then I can try a couple different cleansers and see which one I like the most. Anyways, I hadn't tried out Paula's Choice for any skincare products, so I tried out a couple, but this is the Paula's Choice Hydrating Gel to Cream Cleanser. Quickly and gently removes makeup, reinforces skin's natural moisture barrier. It's from their Defense line, and it says it's for all skin types. I mean, this isn't like a groundbreaking cleanser. It's just a basic cleanser that's going to clean your skin without making it feel stripped of oils. Not going to be exfoliating, not going to be a super deep clean. I definitely would never take my makeup off with it, but that's just because I removed my makeup first. But I think this would be a really good like gym bag moisturizer, or one to keep on hand in case, I don't know, you travel and you just need like a good plain cleanser, if that makes sense, and your treatment is more so in your other products, which is what a lot of people do. So I don't think it's bad, but it wasn't like a standout. I don't think I would buy a full size just because there's so many other cleansers I want to try. The last bit of skincare here is the Ordinary's Niacinamide 10% with zinc 1%. Already have a new one. Love it. Repurchase it. This is the secret to, well, I mean, what I think is the secret to why my skin has been doing so much better and been so much more even and brighter. Niacinamide is so good for your skin. It's a really good vitamin. It's a B vitamin. And I just think it's done wonders for strengthening my skin and helping everything return kind of to normal. Sorry, I have a ton of products in my hand, which is why I'm kind of unbalanced. So I have multiples of a lot of these actually. NYX Micro Brow Pencils. These are 2 shades that I used up in my kit. Love these. They're my go-to. I keep them in like 6 different shades or more. I don't really know at this point. In my kit, and I will forever keep purchasing them. And I think they're one of the best drugstore brow pencils for the range. When it comes to my kit, I need products that come in a good range and don't pull too warm, and I really like those. Speaking of brows, we also have a Boy Brow in black. I use this guy up because, as you've seen in my recent videos, and honestly, yes, I am wearing it today, the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow is just as good. Honestly, I like the tone. It's really nice and cool toned and dark, like the black one from Glossier. So if you use black, try the deep tone in the CoverGirl one. And yeah, I don't think I need to spend the money on the Glossier one anymore because I really like what this one does. Here we have 2 mascaras. The L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Waterproof. These are from my kit. It's my go-to waterproof mascara for clients because it's great. Looks good on its own, but it works really well with lashes. It stays really well, doesn't flake, and that's really important on a wedding day. We have the Tarte Shape Tape. These are just 2 shades that I ran out of in my kit. I probably didn't need to put them both in here, but I love Tarte Shape Tape for my clients. So I always keep that in a bunch of shades. This is a Too Faced Shadow Insurance, an eyeshadow primer that I threw out because it was just time. It's definitely been 12 months since it was open and I just don't use it. I mean, in reality, it's expired. So what's the point of keeping it in my kit? Because I don't use eyeshadow primers. I only use the MAC Paint Pot. I used up one of my favorite concealers, the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC. This is a really good one. I love the pump because you can you don't have to do a full pump. You can do I forget what it's called. There's a term for that where you can, and like, look how clean that is. It does a really good job of getting all the product out so that you don't feel like you're wasting any. Lastly, this is our very last product. The L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I'm honestly shocked that I love this one because it's, I mean, the packaging, the brush, everything. Modeled after Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I hate that mascara. I hate the brush. I hate the formula. It flakes so terribly. I do not understand the hype of it. Granted, everybody's different, so everybody needs different things for their lashes, but I just don't like it. And so that's what surprises me because this is made to be a dupe for Better Than Sex. And I really like it. The only thing that I don't like, which I think is one of the things I don't like about Better Than Sex, is that I do feel like the formula dries up quicker than most mascaras. So it's like, it gets really messy. And I feel like there's tons of product in here, but it's just too dry to use, if that makes sense. So I went back to using L'Oreal Voluminous because I felt like I was getting the same amount of volume, but actually getting all the product out, if that makes sense, is a little bit of a wetter formula. This is one of those mascaras that is really good the second you open it, but then it starts to dry out. It's good, but I think that I still prefer L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black more. So those are all my empties. Have you tried any of these products? I mean, most of them are products that I keep repurchasing and I have multiples of in this Empties container. So I'm gonna keep collecting my Empties from here on out, and I'll see you in the future in another video. If you have any more questions about these products, specific questions, feel free to comment below and I'd be happy to answer them to help you decide if you want to purchase any of them. But most of these are products that I really do love. I try my best to like look at reviews and really try to learn about a product before I buy it so that the risk of me not liking it is minimized, if that makes sense, because I do try so much stuff. I'm not here to just like try absolutely everything that's on the market. I want to make sure that if I'm trying something, it's because I've heard really good things and it sounds like it would work well for me, or because you guys really want to see it. So don't ever hesitate to ask me to try something. I love trying out new products, especially if they're requested. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to subscribe.